The last time I was in Vietnam, I loved the busy streets, the motorbikes, night markets, and flavorful food. This trip, it was the people that I met that gave it so much more meaning. It was honestly life-changing. This is Kathy, a talented actress who currently lives in Vietnam. She became our host throughout the trip. She took us to restaurants and places where we got to sample local flavors.
For Vietnamese meals, they do a lot of wraps. So they'll have a plate of fish or a plate of meat, and then they'll just wrap it up with fresh mince and vegetables, bean sprouts, cucumber. I like to coat it because it's so dry, so then I like this moist on top.
Okay. That's good.
Food became a unifying theme, an occasion for us to spend quality time together and to talk about things that we're passionate about. Kathy introduced us to her friend Mimi, a fashion designer based in Saigon.
In my workshop, the women are like from the countryside, you know? So for me, I mean, small scale, I'm like helping them, you know, like the women supporting their families, they send their kids to school. So that's my way of kind of like, I mean, giving back. I mean, it sounds like, does it sound like pretentious or no? But you know, just to give back, to contribute my small part to the country, yeah. I sent my assistant and my production manager to school to learn English.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's good for them, but it's also good for me.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I also met this beautiful soul. Her name is also Mimi, and she works for Pacific Links Foundation, a public charity that leads counter-trafficking efforts in Vietnam.
We right now run 2 of the 3 long-term shelters for female trafficking survivors in Vietnam. Traffickers will hire what we call agents, so young men to pretend to be boyfriends of these girls, 14, 15-year-old girls. Oh, I'm in love with you, I want to marry you, I want you to meet my family, and they get all excited. Oftentimes the girls, they think they're going to the boyfriend's families. In reality, they're going into China and they have no idea until they've gone deep into China. And then it's too late. Then they're sold to a husband or passed on to a brothel. So you have a trafficker say, or a labor broker say, oh, there's a new factory opening up, let me take all the eligible female workers in the community. I'll take them, don't worry. In reality, they're not put to work in a factory. They're held captive in a house, sold on a marriage bazaar, or forced into prostitution. This past year, it was announced that in Malaysia, the #1 group of prostitutes in Malaysia are Vietnamese women. Yeah, and because Vietnam has, 94 million people, and we're a developing country, and Vietnamese people work very hard, and they don't like to be poor, and they want to make sure that their families are taken care of. They will do whatever it takes and sacrifice whatever it takes to support their families. And that leads them to take risks because they think that the payoff will be worth it, not realizing that their freedom will get taken away. So.
Our conversation inspired me to explore outside of the city.
And it is 4 a.m. I'm a little sleepy. We're on the road. We're going to try to catch the early wave of the floating market. It's going to be a 3-hour ride, but I am going back to sleep and I can't wait to get there. It's 5 a.m. right now and it's still very dark outside. And we're taking our first pit stop before we get to the floating market. So we are having hủ tiếu for breakfast this morning. It's a great comfort dish, and there's all these side dishes that come with it. This is fish sauce that you dip the meat with, but you put a little bit of lime in it to get a little bit of zest, and side vegetables as well. It's really, really, really good. Wow. Floating market, It's my first time, so I'm actually really excited. I'm hoping to see some seasonal fruits, some vendors that are still there, and just pick up some goodies along the way. Cho ba ly cà phê. Yeah. Yeah.
On the way to the floating market, I had the privilege of spending time with Tuong, our tour guide. He shared with me that he met a Dutchman who taught him English, and he saved up money to buy a boat so he can give tours on the Mekong Delta.
Why is there a floating market versus a market on land?
About 100 years ago, they have no road because Mekong Delta is river more than land, and the boat bigger than a truck. Boat like that can carry about like 6 tons.
Oh, wow.
People using the boat can overnight on the boat, cannot overnight on the truck. You use the truck, you have to spend the time in the hotel, maybe pay more than the boat. So when the boat came here, they anchor here about from 2 days, 3 days, or until 1 week. When they're empty, they're back home.
Just like this, Edith.
I can do this.
Maybe.
We celebrated our time together with a little picnic on the boat. Tuong took us to the countryside, and one of our stops was the fruit farm. I had some of my favorite fruits there, and snake for the very first time.
A lot of salt and pepper.
Just like chicken.
These youths go to school and also work at the farm. They share with me that one of their dreams is to go to California because opportunities in the countryside are limited. Thank you, Vietnam, for showing me your beauty. I hope to see you again soon.